Hey guys, welcome back to my course in Stronghold. Once again, it is time for some Renown Cache openings, and this will probably be the very last Renown Cache opening I do since it is currently very early on December 5th, and the expansion comes out in 9 days, at which point I'm pretty sure they're getting rid of Renown, at least as far as I know, and all these caches will become completely useless. So I have 31 here in my inventory, and I also have, if it loads, let's see, 20 here and another 80 here, so 100 more in the bay. Um, and I really don't need like any of this gear, so I'm probably just gonna disintegrate all of it. Um, but yeah, I figured this would give me a chance to sort of talk a bit and just share some things that are on my mind, how the channel's going, and see what's in all these crates in the meantime, even though all of it probably would have been useless anyway, and is now definitely useless because we're pretty much max geared. I'm not going to gear up any other tunes. There's only a week left, so um, it'll be kind of nice just to disintegrate everything. Should make it nice and fast. Yeah, so I figured I'd talk a little bit about the channel and how things are going. As you've probably noticed, I've upped the pace of videos a little bit recently. For a while there, I was sort of in, I think, a nice steady pace of things, but a little bit more in like maintenance mode as I had a bunch going on in real life. Honestly, for the past like year, 2 years, really since COVID started, I've had a lot going on, but um, obviously I've still found time to play SWTOR and here and there other games as well during that. All right, we are almost at 30. Let's open one more or two more. All right, time to disintegrate. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if like tacticals are useful at all. Um, yeah, I don't think I really want any of those. I think, I could be wrong. I think tacticals stay, but set bonuses are all going away, is what I've heard. I usually don't pay attention to the patches until like they come out or until they're like right about to come out. Um, because usually like things that appear on the PTS change and then I get confused and I don't know. I feel like an old man at this point. I was kids always changing things and I'll just wait until it happens and adjust to it when it comes out. But yeah, I've seen a lot of change in the years I've been playing this game and I'll just kind of roll with the punches. All right, almost done our first bit of crates here. We might actually get a couple more too just from renown ranks popping up. In fact, we already have one more. And then I also have a bunch of just random conquest crates and PvP crates, and I just like saving things to open all at once. Oh, and I have a pair of pants box. And we have, oh, I thought I said pants, but we got a relic from it? Okay, not even a very good relic. Oh, you know what? Am I wearing gear? I don't know if I'm wearing gear. I am wearing gear. Okay, so it should be, it should be 306 stuff. Not sure why it's not 306 or, at least pretty close to it, but all right. Um, I mean, I guess I could go for tech fragments instead, which I think are still useful, but um, maybe I should. Maybe I should be accepting all this gear and then like, because can't you? I already forget. It's been so long. Like if I claim that, yeah, I can deconstruct it, which is different from disintegrating, and this will give me Jawa junk and um, tech fragments, which are probably better than getting more renown, which is useless because I feel like it's going to reset. I can't imagine they're going to keep it in the patch. Um, so honestly, I probably should just be REing all of this. Um, all right, why don't I go ahead then and take the things that I can reverse engineer. I say reverse engineer because, again, that's what it used to be called. Um, I guess almost all this really could be deconstructed. All right, let's claim that then. Let's start opening some of these things next. And then I'll just have to do some deconstructing as we go. All right, so yeah, so I am trying to speed things up just a little bit. Um, really, I feel like, well, I don't know. I don't know if I've been PvPing less or about the same. Um, yeah, it comes and goes, ebbs and flows. But all right, inventory's full. Let's open some of these for some crafting mats to make space, and then we'll do some REing. I'm pretty sure I already have that tactical, so I'm gonna get rid of that as well. Um, but yeah, so I guess I'll just go down kind of category by category. PvE videos, operations in other words. Um, those have slowed down a bit because I'm now in one operations group, the Thursday group, instead of one on Tuesday and one on Thursday. Um, I think we all kind of just got a little bit tired of doing the same ops over and over again, and yeah, it was fun, and we had fun, but people got busy, and it just wasn't as fun as it used to be since we've been doing the same content in many cases for many years. Um, I wouldn't be super shocked if once the expansion comes out, maybe we put a progression group together again. Obviously, the guild still has raid groups going, so if you're looking for a guild that does PvE, ROH is still a very good place to go. We just don't have like a hardcore nightmare progression group currently. Um, Although a few of us are in a sort of a dual guild progression group, SWTOR group with some folks from OMG Pink. I think it's like half and half, or just about half and half. All right, let's fill up the inventory a little more. Lots of amplified champions gear up, and we're full. All right, can I disintegrate these? No, it's not gonna let me. All right, so note to self: don't let your inventory get totally full. I think I actually have a bay here I can dump some stuff into. Yeah, I'll just dump my Warzone stuff in there. This is my normal inventory I put away for now. Alright, and that should give us room to do some deconstructing. And if we hit the cap for tech fragments, I have no idea what I'm at right now. That's fine. I'll just do it for the Jawa junk, which is probably the most useful thing I can keep because Jawa junk is like always useful. And I don't ever spend it, but I figure one day I might need something with it, and then I'll have tons to spend. So even though I have stacks and stacks of Jawa junk, probably not as much as some people because I really don't do conquest deliberately anymore. I do it unintentionally just from getting points from PvE and PvP, but I don't go out of my way to get conquest like I used to. I actually have I had all the old titles at the time, so I have the Galaxy Conqueror or whatever it's called title. But I think they probably added a few planets since then. All right, more opening. So yeah, PvP has slowed down a little bit, but I'm glad I'm still running with the Thursday group. That's been a lot of fun, and we are going to continue after the new patch hits. We'll do the new operation and get some gear, and then probably break off, maybe do a couple of the old operations again. We'll just kind of see how things go. And I know Saya or SWTOR is making some really cool video guides and written guides as well, I'm pretty sure, based on our adventures. So that's the real reason for the group, is to get like content and to kind of help out with those guides. So it's kind of been fun having a purpose beyond just kind of playing the game. It's kind of why I like these videos too. I think the reason I'm still enjoying SWTOR all these years later is because I make these videos. Like, I have fun playing it, but I also get some other benefit of it by helping others, or at least giving others something they enjoy, I hope. And it's kind of the same with that group too, that it's fun playing and doing the same content, fun group to play with, but it's also nice that we're also kind of giving back to the community by helping SWTOR with her guides. So yeah, that'll continue, and that'll be fun. But I actually have been enjoying having another night off on Tuesdays. That actually makes a bigger difference than you think, only being 2.5 hours a week out of how many hours are in a week? 168, something like that. I already have that. But yeah, just in terms of like energy, it does make a big difference. So yeah, with that time, I've been trying to catch up both on some real life stuff, which has been going well, and I've started reading again and exercising again, all that good stuff that you should be doing. Um, not all on Tuesday nights, just in general, those are habits I've been trying to restart. But I've also been playing some other Let's Plays. Before I get into that, though, let me stick on SWTOR first. Since this being a SWTOR video, it's probably what you guys are interested in. So yeah, expect to see about one PvE operations video per week. Maybe slightly less because, every once in a while there'll be weeks off for holidays, or if there's not enough people that are available a certain day just because of coincidence. But I would expect 3 to 4 PvE videos a month, and I'll try to space those out as evenly as I can, and hopefully get them up without too much delay. But I do have to find time where I can to actually edit the videos together and then upload them. It takes a while. Um, So yeah, there will be PvE videos continuing. There will also be obviously PvP videos continuing of Warzones as I've been doing. Um, I will keep playing different classes, mainly consulars, but when the new patch comes, I might try to mix in some other classes as well. I'll also try to mix up different specs and different factions. I know there's obviously the loadout thing where you can actually change, like Airvel could be a consular, for example. I probably won't do that um, because one of the things I hate the most is actually the pain of respecking and regearing and all. I think what I actually might do, ironically, is make my characters even more specialized in this new patch. And instead of sharing gear and keeping in my legacy bay, I might just give each character their own dedicated set of gear because it won't be too much harder, and I feel like it'll be a lot easier than me having to like switch gear all the time and put in my legacy bay and respec. Um, so we'll see how that goes. I might even have different characters for different specs and just switch to them to play. Or I don't really know too much about the loadouts. If they're what I hope they are, which is like I click a button and it changes your gear and your utilities and your spec and your toolbar and your outfit, like all at like one click of a button. That's what this game so desperately needs because I've spent so much of my life at this point just doing all of that. Like when I change Liavara from a tank to a DPS, it's just there's a lot of overhead I have to do that. Nothing too painful, but if I do it once a week or whatever, whatever it ends up being, it ends up being a lot. It's also the reason that usually on one night I'll stick to one character, especially if I'm playing with friends, because I don't want to be like, oh, I'm going to switch tunes and then send over the gear and respect. It takes me 15 minutes. It's just like a waste of my time and theirs, unless I set a Warzone out, but then it's like just a waste of time. Um, and I have noticed that um, obviously certain specs people enjoy more than others, and that's fine. I try to switch things up as much as I can because one, it's interesting for me to not play the same spec all the time, and it's also interesting for you guys to see not the same spec. But I have noticed that when I post a bunch of the same spec at the same time, or in a row, um, the first video of me playing a different spec tends to get lots of views and lots of interaction, and then it starts to steadily taper off because I think people are like, well, I've already seen you play, your shadow the last couple days. I'm not as interested anymore, which is fair. So what I might try to do, and no promises, I might try to switch things up a little bit more. So as opposed to playing like 6 nights of hatred in a row or 6 games of hatred in a row, I might do like two, and then switch to a sage, and then do two more and switch to sage DPS instead of sage healer, or just kind of switch things up a little bit more frequently. So in total, you'll get the same amount of. I'm moving my hands so you guys can see my hands. In total, you'll probably get the same amount of videos over the next year of each spec, but they'll be mixed in a little bit as opposed to getting, 10 balanced videos every 6 months or whatever it's been historically. Um, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, the new loadouts and everything help with that a little bit. All right, more renown caches, which only have one thing apiece, it seems. I was thinking this would be a really long video, but it might not be as long as I thought, so I should probably keep talking. Um, yeah, and I have been recently kind of speeding up the quantity of PvP videos. Um, one, because I want to get in as many as I can and use all this gear I've gotten together before the patch hits, but also because I've been posting a lot of non-SWTOR videos, and I don't want it to feel like I'm playing less SWTOR and other games, because that's not the case. I'm still enjoying SWTOR a lot as well as other games, so I've just been playing more games in general recently, which has been fun and really hasn't eaten into my time too much if I'm diligent about it. Like, I feel like the time I'm eating is just time I would have spent just like randomly browsing the internet or something. So it's probably not a bad thing to spend less time on Twitter um, and more time actually doing something or something else I enjoy. Okay, let's do one more and then we'll take these things. Or reading the news, which is always depressing. So um, yeah, it hasn't. I mean, it's cost me a little bit in time. Plus, all the editing definitely adds up. But thankfully, the SWTOR PvP videos are like the least amount of editing. I have to add title and description and all, but other than that, and occasionally new thumbnails, but even that's not too bad compared to like the Let's Play videos I do. Um, so yeah, I don't know if the pace will continue, but at least for the time being, I'd like to try to get a PvP video up every like 2 or 3 days. I'm going to try for I think every other day, but obviously I'm going to slip up at times or get busy, or it'll won't always be every other day, but that's going to be at least the aspiration, and that's definitely going to be faster than I've had on average over the past year. So we'll see how that goes. Um, Yeah, and I'm also going to be doing the story content. I actually have a little bit of story content I haven't done yet, um, between patches 5 and or 6.0 and 7.0, and then obviously I'll be doing um, the new 7.0 content when it comes out as well. So keep an eye on the channel for that. In terms of non-Star Wars content, or non-SWTOR content, I should say, um, I didn't actually intend to play any Let's Plays for a while when I was focusing on some real life stuff. But about a year ago, almost a year ago, last Christmas break, um, I decided to do a game of an old strategy game that I really love, Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds. And I really was only going to play. Sorry, my mouth's getting dry. Let me take a drink real quick. All right, much better. I really only intended to play one game, and I was kind of inspired because I was watching The Mandalorian. That was when the second season came out, and I was like, oh, it'd be cool to do like a Mandalorian-inspired game in Galactic Battlegrounds. So I did it, and I uploaded it, and I just had so much fun playing that and playing this old strategy game that was such a huge part of my childhood, and it's still a great game, like 20 years later, which really says something. Um, that I Have we got any more of these? No, because I haven't been disintegrating them. Um, yes, it was so much fun playing it again that I ended up playing a bunch of additional games, and I was having so much fun recording and playing those that I ended up doing the whole kind of campaign storyline in that game, which became its own playlist. And then was that was done, I did some more standard games, and I definitely improved my skill. Did some more of the hard difficulty settings, which was a real challenge, but also a lot more fun. So if you guys are interested in strategy games or just want to check out more Star Wars content, those are up there on the channel. There's a couple of playlists. The standard games are separate from the story games. Um, And those, I think, in both cases are like really nice games to have on in the background while you're like doing other things. You could watch them all at once too, but they are rather long videos in some cases. So I think they're um, more of that kind of just nice thing to have on when you're doing other stuff and need something going on that you can kind of like zone in, zone out, and if you look away for 5 minutes, you're not going to really miss like you're not going to be suddenly confused about what happened. You can always rewind and whatever. But I don't know if that's a good plug for that or not. But yeah, if you enjoy the sound of my voice, there's plenty of my voice talking for hours and hours and narrating combat on those videos and civilization building and all that. Now I am done recording that game. I still have about 15 more episodes, I think, to actually finish editing and uploading, but the recording is done. Um, and once those are done, they actually got more views and more enjoyment than I thought they would. I thought maybe it'd be like a dozen or two dozen people, because who wants to watch a 20-year-old game at this point, right? But apparently lots of people do. I'm not the only one that still enjoys it, so that's actually really cool. And as long as people keep enjoying it, then I might go ahead and play like not as much as I was for a while, because I kind of got to the point where I was playing it like multiple times a week, and I was getting burnt out because there's only even in that game where there's like lots of civilizations, lots of maps and different variations. Eventually I did kind of get burned out and did everything I wanted to do. But I think that's kind of a nice, fun way to spend an afternoon once or twice a month. I could definitely see myself playing some more standard games of that and uploading those. So if you enjoy those, let me know, and I will try to do more when I can. Not as often as I have been, which has been I've been uploading one of those maybe twice a week or so. So it might go more like twice a month or maybe once a month, but I will do them as I can, mixed in with SWTOR and other Let's Plays. And then, as you've probably noticed, I've also been doing a lot of Pokemon Let's Plays, 'cause that's another game series I really enjoy. And those Let's Plays definitely take the most like overhead work, because there's a lot that goes into the editing there and the uploading there. But they're also when I have the most fun. They're just really there's strategy involved, and there's also I think part of that like parental instinct of raising a team and seeing them grow and take on tough challenges. Um, I also happen to know a lot about Pokemon in general, so I feel like they're a good opportunity to kind of teach newer generations about Pokemon and get them into it. And they're really great games. And a lot of the newer ones I haven't played yet. Um, so it's kind of a nice opportunity for me to kind of see a new game that I'm also partly familiar with. So it's not really a blind Let's Play, or at least not in the case where I'd be like fumbling around. Because I do have like Mass Effect Let's Plays up there, which I actually thought were really fun, and they don't get as many views as like my Dragon Age ones do, for example. And I think part of the reason for that might be because I had like no idea what I was doing in Mass Effect. I went into there totally blind, and I had a blast. I still think, like I said, they're good Let's Plays, but um, sometimes folks like to watch games where the person who's playing really knows what they're doing, like more of like a walkthrough type. So I feel like at this point I've done Let's Plays of pretty much every game I played before as part of my childhood. So I'm gonna have to branch out at some point, and I do intend to do some more like single player RPGs and things in the next year or two and going forward. But right now I'm enjoying the Pokemon games, so I'm finished Alpha Sapphire. I actually had a big hiatus in the middle of that, but I did come back once I had more time and finish that one. Still have to upload a few more. I think there's 104 episodes in total, but those are done recording. It's just the uploading and editing and all. Oh, that's everything. Well, all right. Oh no, there's. Oh, here we go. Two more rows. Okay, good, because I wasn't done talking yet. Um, and then I've also been playing the new Brilliant Diamond game, the remake of the Generation 4 games, which has been a lot of fun. So I've been trying to upload one of those a day, so I don't get too far behind, like I did with Alpha Sapphire and stretched it over a year and a half. So we'll see if I can keep that up. Hopefully I can, because I've been enjoying it enough to play it multiple times a week, and usually I do like 2 episodes a night, so that should support the one upload a day goal there. Yeah, so expect a lot of videos in general um, coming up in the future. And if you only enjoy the SWTOR ones, that's totally cool. Don't unsubscribe because I'm only doing other games. I promise I'm not. I'm trying to play just as much, if not more, of all the games I enjoy, um, instead of sacrificing one for the other. And especially with the new expansion coming out, I'm sure I'll be doing plenty of SWTOR content in the near future. Also, not super soon, but in like the late spring, early summer, I will be moving and getting a place that'll have a lot more space for me to like do a proper studio, maybe even like set up a webcam, and I'd like to have like a space where I can do some VR games. I think that'd be really cool. I'd love to play VR Skyrim, so that's definitely on my list near the top. Um, I've never played a game in VR before. I've never really owned a VR headset. I currently only own like Google Cardboard, but even just watching the videos in that is just so cool that I would love to play some games in VR. There don't seem to be a ton of games out yet. I imagine that's going to change quite a bit over the coming years. I hope it does, because I think VR probably is going to be a really big thing in the coming decade. Um, but I'm going to start with Skyrim, which is a game I started playing, and then I think like a SWTOR patch came out or something, and I only got like maybe a quarter of the way through it, and that was like 10 years ago or 6 years ago or whatever it was. Didn't do a let's play of it, but I just played it on my own. So it was before I made the channel, I think. I'm almost sure it was. It's maybe 2013 or so. So that'll be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. And then yeah, probably just some other RPGs I have on my list. Those are usually fun and quick and easy to play and edit and upload. If there's any you want to see me play in particular, feel free to add them. Obviously, I want to play Dragon Age 4 whenever it comes out, and the KOTOR remake I'll probably play when it comes out. There's a lot on my list, and even though I'm never going to keep up with my list, there's just not enough time in the day, um, especially with like work and other life stuff going on. But I'll do my best, and having too many great games out there to be able to play is a good problem to have. I'd much rather that than be like, oh, I played every good video game there is, and now I have nothing else to do. Um, yeah, so hopefully that trend continues and society doesn't collapse and we still get new games coming out and new technology, and I'm sure the games will only get better from here. So I intend to keep playing SWTOR for as long as it's around, and I'm sure I'll play other Star Wars games as well, and of course other non-Star Wars games too. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy my ramblings as I open up all those crates. Um, yeah, I have some more in my shadow, but not nearly that many, so I probably won't record those. I'll just open them and get some tech fragments out. But yeah, I guess that's it for now. I'll probably do some PvP before the patch hits, so I'll see you guys in those games, and after that, I'll see you doing the story content for 7.0. Thanks for watching. Take care.